Yo guys, what's good? Welcome back on the channel. So, I'm finally back. It's time for new videos. Hope you all have had a great time over the last, month or so. The break I took was a little bit longer than I initially wanted it to be, but I just, had like a creative burnout. I didn't feel like making videos. I didn't feel like making beats. I stopped, making any music at all for like 2 weeks or so. But I'm finally back, and I'm also ready to make some new videos for you guys again, and to, talk about this topic of beatblock and not feeling inspired. I found a really good method that worked really good for me when it comes to defeating beatblock and working against it and making music even though you're not feeling like it. So as you can see, we got a blank Ableton template. When you're not feeling like making music, when you're uninspired, this is the worst thing you can see, like an empty template, just nothing in there. So what we're trying to do is get a little help by using a loop. I already picked out one loop, which is this one from Kavi. Super hard loop. This is what we're going to work with today. And now our goal is to get a beat done. We are allowed to use any kind of help, if it's using MIDIs, if it's using drum MIDIs, drum loops, whatever it is, we just want to get that beat done and have an end product at the end. Because usually when you have beatblock, it's not the fact that all of a sudden you're not able to make beats anymore, or you're not feeling like it. It's more like you sit down, you try to make something, it doesn't sound good, it sounds shit, you're not finished it, you come back the next day, you try to make something again, it doesn't work out, or you even feeling I'm motivated to actually try to make a beat, actually try to make something good. So our goal is to make a beat that's finished, to make a beat that we like, that's sounding good, or at least sounding okay. You're not gonna make the greatest music when you have beatblock, but just get that thing done. So we now got the melody laid out. I can basically use whatever melody you like, whatever you feel like. There's no restrictions in any kind of stuff. Go just dig through all the sample packs that you have, maybe through YouTube, free YouTube loop kits or something, until you find a loop that you really like, that you really enjoy, and where you maybe have a vision, where you maybe have something where it'd be like, yeah, I could hear a Lil Baby beat on it. And this is exactly what we have with this beat. I can hear like a Lil Baby 4/4 kind of beat on this, mostly because of this piano. So the next step that we're gonna take is we're actually gonna head over to YouTube, and we're actually gonna search for a type beat in the genre that we can imagine this beat being played in. So I'm just gonna type in Lil Baby type beat, and usually you want to try to find a video that has a lot of views, that's doing really good, because if you have something like this, like 300k views, people are gonna like this beat, and people are gonna like the beat that you make, because I'm gonna show you how we use this as our inspiration and our little help in order to make our beat. So let's go through this. We're gonna use this beat, and now what you want to do is either record it into your DAW so you have the exact file from start to finish available, or use some kind of way to get this audio into your DAW. So we just dragged in the beat that we have. I also have the BPM right here, so it's at 162 BPM, which is not ideal because we're at a really fast tempo with 176, but we can definitely slow down our project maybe to like 168-ish. And now what you want to do is you just take the beat that you have as your example, as your orientation, and you try to match the melody depth you have to the beat and arrange it in a way that's kind of similar. So for example, this beat, what does it start out with? So what we could do is take the piano for the intro, maybe the low piano, maybe the low brass, and the pad, yeah, something like this. And then we come to the next section in our other beat. Okay, there's the bass coming in, some strings, some more vocals. We're gonna keep all the elements that we had, add the bass, add the strings, maybe actually add the vocals, because there will be a good part to add them in. So let's try just with the vocals and the bass and nothing else. And the strings, possibly. And this way we can now start having an arrangement that is, similar to the beat that we have, but our beat is sounding completely different so far. The melody is just, we keep, making the same switches. So whenever he introduces the strings, let's say, we also introduce our strings. Whenever he, takes out a lot of elements and just has the piano playing, we also just have the piano playing. But because the melody is just, a completely different one, and everything, like the melodics, everything is just different, it is easier to, have something, to create something that's sounding original. We feel like we're creating something, even though it's, just a simple way of, chopping up a sample, arranging it. But it also helps to develop your ear, even if you don't have Beatblock. It helps to get an ear for what sounds work with, what arrangement, when to introduce new sounds, when to maybe take some of the sounds away that you have in your melody. And, it's also a lot of educational value that you get from recreating a beat like this. We are gonna do our drum tracks, and we're gonna try to copy the drum bounce and like everything about the drums as exactly as possible from the type that we took from YouTube. I like to start with the snare usually, so let's see what the snare sounds like. Okay, it sounds like he's layering some kind of clap with a snare. I think that Pluto clap could work, so drag it in. It also doesn't have to be like 100% accurate, but you want to have it, somewhat similar sounding with the sound selection, because that's going to give you the best result and will have your beat sound not like complete shit, in the end. Because if the sound selection of the drum is bad, the bounce doesn't matter really. So this is what our beat sounds like so far. It's really with this, you really have to trust the process. Just build one element by the other, and then at some point it's just gonna sound really good, really clean. I think maybe this. This remedy hi-hat will work, I think. So it's way easier to copy over the drums if you actually like playing the type beat you're making and having the MIDI open from the beat, from your beat and from your, let's say, hi-hat, and then like syncing the hi-hat sound that you hear in the beat, in the type beat, with the visuals that you see on screen and trying to recreate it, so you know exactly where hi-hat rolls are, and it will start sounding like it's your hi-hat MIDI that's playing the hi-hat in the beat, and then you actually achieve the right pattern. And as I said, this doesn't have to be like 1000% accurate. If you miss a slight roll or something, that's not going to kill your beat. Yeah, and just like this, we got our bounce. Now I think it's time to add the 808, and then we're gonna add in all the details. Okay, so there we have a roll. I think something like this. So let's listen back to our beat. Maybe take another 808 sound, something like this. No. Yeah, this goes hard. So we now have the 808 bounce, and then there's like some other elements in here. So that's here like a rim perk kind of thing. I think I want to change out the hi-hat sound. I think there's no kick in the original beat. I'm still gonna put one in, just because I feel like it definitely fits with the sound selection of the 808 and stuff. The last challenge that we have to face is arranging the beat in like the drums in the way that they're arranged in this beat, and from there we're just gonna delete this and make it our own. Change a little bit, change up the arrangement a little bit, change up the drums a little bit. And if you're watching all of this and thinking like, man, what's he doing? It's just stealing this other guy's beat. I'm gonna discuss this in a minute at the end. So yeah, stay tuned for this. So I'm not gonna do it for this video, but you would now, arrange out the complete beat, do all the stuff that you want, throw this beat away, and make it your own, finish it up. And this way you would have a completely finished, fully working type beat that you could, upload, use, and possibly have your beat block broken. And this is for me the biggest point in doing all of this. Yes, it is educational, but you're gonna learn one way or the other anyways. Copying successful type beats that have a lot of views, hundreds of thousands or even millions of views, can be a really, really great way to, get into that, mind state of making beats that only have a few elements, to make simple beats, usable beats, Let's talk a little bit about the ethics of making a beat like this, because what are you exactly doing? You're basically just copying. You're taking melody, and then you're taking a type beat, and then you're arranging the melody the way it was arranged in type beat, and then you're copying the drums from the type beat, and obviously you don't have the exact patterns and the exact sounds, but basically you're just stealing their drums and putting them onto your beat, and then exporting it and saying, hey, look what I made. And at first it was really hard for me, to be honest, to do this stuff and not feel guilty of doing not enough, not being original enough, stealing, and you can argue it's stealing. You can argue, I'm copying his drums, and for 80% of us that's not the case. 90%, 99%. Like, first of all, you don't copy it exactly. You're taking inspiration, hard inspiration, true, but inspiration. A lot of these drums sound the same anyways, and it's a type beat, so like, not saying that there's only so and so many bounces you can make. You can definitely get creative with it, but these super simple beats are super basic and super simple to copy, and super non-original anyways, if you copy them or not. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily feel bad. I can understand if you say like, I don't want to upload this to my channel, to my beat. I don't feel proud of making this, and it definitely makes sense. But even then, this method can help you to get out of your beat block, to start making your own beats again, to educate you in how you make simple beats and all that stuff, but also in getting you in that mindset of clicking in notes, and actually when you are finished with the beat, or at least that goes for me, and the beat sounds good, even though it wasn't any creativity involved at all, it feels good to have some sort of product at the end of an hour or two of producing, to have something that I can actually maybe show other people, or show even for myself, just having something done. And this then from there inspires me to start making my own stuff again, my own creative beat and patterns, all that stuff. So with all that being said, really hope you enjoyed this video. Trying to make another one really soon. So stay tuned for this, subscribe if you want to see more. See you guys there. Bye.